Hey guys, I'm Diamond Davis, a content creator, writer, and strategist. And today I'm going to be talking about why you don't have what you want. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the video. A lot of us have a lot of things that we desire to have in our reality. And the reason why you don't have it isn't because you're not working hard enough. It's because you don't have the identity of somebody that has that thing. I talked about this in a couple other videos, but back in December, I was listening to one of my mentors and she was answering somebody's question and she was like, stop identifying as somebody who's not yet successful, that's almost there, that's still becoming. And it really shifted everything for me in that moment because I was like, oh my gosh, I've been identifying as almost there, as on the way, working towards becoming, and not identifying as already being successful or already being whatever. And it got me thinking about where else in my life have I not been paying attention to what I've been identifying as. A lot of us have often heard the phrase be, do, and have, but what does that really mean? It means that the easiest way to have the things that you want isn't just to do and then have and then you magically end up being or identifying as that person. The identity part has to start at the beginning, and that's the most seamless way for you to have the things that you want. And I'm gonna tell you guys why or what that looks like. So the reason why be, do, have is way easier than trying to work your way into having what you want is because when you have the identity of that person, whether that's the identity of a beekeeper or the identity of a pop star, it means that your mind is thinking as that type of person would. And the actions that you take will come off effortlessly. You'll do them effortlessly, easily, because that's just what somebody that's a beekeeper would do. If you are a beekeeper or you want to be a beekeeper, what would a beekeeper be thinking? Who would they identify as? They would identify probably as somebody that likes being around bees or is comfortable and relaxed around bees and wants to go out and get their honey. And then they would therefore take actions that the beekeeper would take by doing the things that I just said. But they don't do it from a place of obligation. They do it from a place of identity. And when you do things from a place of identity, you feel more confident in them. When you're doing things from a place of action just to try to do, you're doing them from a place of lack because you're trying to force, you're trying to will something into existence and not really being. And that's why they always say the most powerful statement, affirmation, is I am, because it is a state of being. When you think about it this way, the identity arrives first, then your nervous system calibrates. And that is when you start doing all the actions and building the habits and the standards of someone that has that thing. And then finally, the results will land. You see, reality is just confirming what you already believe to be true. So if you don't believe that you are something, then the universe, reality, is going to continue to show you that you are not yet that thing. But once you believe that you are, you then start taking the actions and existing as that thing. I remember when I was first starting content creation, I was saying that I wanted to be an influencer. I was saying I wanted to be a content creator. And for a while, it was just me always saying, that's what I want to be, that's what I want to be. And I was doing things that a content creator or influencer would do. And then pretty soon, people started saying that I was a content creator or an influencer. And they'd be saying it to me. And I'm like, oh, wow. And that was really when I really understood the term fake it till you make it and understood the power of fake it till you make it. Because with fake it till you make it, I think this is why people say fake it till you make it, because you want to pretend basically that you are this thing until you believe that you are. Not necessarily until somebody else, other people believe that you are, but it's really about faking it until you believe that you are. And that is fake it to make it. But I don't like that term anymore. I've evolved out of that. It served me when I was first starting my content creator journey because I hadn't had a spiritual awakening. But now I like the term be it till you be it. We're not faking it. we're being it. Because there's a different energy of like that imposter syndrome type of like, I'm pretending basically to be something that I'm not. No, you are being something until you are it. And it's not about somebody else knowing that you are, it's about you knowing. And that is why I love the phrase now, be it till you be it. And then when you know that you are being it until you be it, that's where the whole habits and standards and the nervous system regulation comes in. Because sometimes when you're trying to just go from action to having what you want, it starts to look like or feel like, oh, I'm trying to work my way into this, or oh, I'm not doing this well enough yet, or I'm not good at it. But when you reframe it as nervous system recalibration, it's like getting your nervous system able to handle what the millionaire version of you would be. Let's just say, for example, or the version of you that's a pop star. It's you can rest in that a little bit more. You can give yourself grace, and you can see it almost like a workout program, but it's not working out like your body. I mean, it is, but it's also working out your mind and your capacity to hold what you say that you want. So when we talk about that identity, I'm going to break that down, what that looks like to shift into that identity. It looks like thinking, let's use the six-pack abs. Thinking about the version of you that has six-pack abs. What does that person eat every day? How does that person move through life? How does that person think about going to the gym or about doing ab workouts? How does that person handle going out to restaurants? Because they still want to spend time with family or friends and stuff, but how do they handle going out to eat? And you think through all of those things as it relates to you, because everybody with six-pack abs is not doing absolutely the exact same thing, but tap into your body to shuffle into, right? Because we have millions upon billions of timelines, and there is a timeline where you have six-pack abs, which is like crazy for me to think about, but there is that timeline, and it's like you're trying to tap into that timeline to be like, okay, girl, what are you doing? What you do for those six-pack abs? Oh, okay. What do you get at a restaurant? Oh, you just ask for some chicken. Okay, with no season. That is how you step into that identity, and then you show up as that person every single day until, and this is where the nervous system regulation part comes in, until you no longer feel like, whew, I'm a little tired today. I was going to the gym. I'm still not in the habit yet. I got to still think about it, and that's okay. But eventually your nervous system will be calibrated to that, and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm fine. It's just going to be a part of who you are. You're like, I'm not going to ever miss more than 2 days in a row at the gym, because that's just not who I am. And once that nervous system recalibration happens after the identity shift, that is when your results will land, and you eventually will have six-pack abs. You don't have to wait for proof. You can choose who you are now. So if you keep yourself in the trying identity or the becoming identity or the not yet there identity, it keeps you in that perpetual state, that endless loop forever. And so we have to be very mindful of the identity of who we say that we are, and let that dictate our actions, not just trying to act our way and force and will our way into what we want to have. That identity part is so essential. And yeah, I think that's really it. Choose the identity now of who you want to be, and start acting in the behavior of that version of you, and your results will eventually land. So yeah, I think that's really it. Choose the identity that you desire fully, not the half-baked version of it, not the almost there version, but the full identity of who you desire to be. And then start rehearsing the behaviors of that version of you, and eventually the results will land. Be it till you be it. Thanks, guys. Bye.